Alright guys, doing another episode going through my Hinge likes. Remember, we're caring about personality. We're caring about what these girls have to say. We're looking for a good girl, a genuine girl, not necessarily just judging based off of looks because that's surface level and shallow. And we're not like that at all, okay? You know, maybe sometimes here and there I might get a thought about their height because I want my offspring to have good height genetics. Here and there I might have some thoughts like that slip out, but for the most part we're not gonna be focusing on their genetics. We're gonna be looking at them from a realistic personality perspective. We're gonna judge them for the right reasons. Anyway, so this is my profile. As you can see, it's not too try hard, and I'm definitely not trying to show my money or success on here. You never want to do that. You never want to lead with money. It's okay if they find it after the fact, after you've already had a date or two, especially if you've already smashed, but you don't want to lead with it. That's not ideal. Looks like you're compensating. And if you don't need to do that, don't do that. If you're sub 5, then you should consider it, just because that's your only option. But if you're not sub 5, then try to go about it without leading with money. And then afterwards they find out and it's a perk. It's a nice bonus, acts synergistically with your looks. Anyway, let's get started. First we got some already from last time. I'm a man of my word. I decided I was going to keep you guys updated with some of these. So if you guys recall, Ume was our favorite from last time. She seemed like a real, really, oh. Well, she didn't have this on here before. I assure you this was not on there before. Okay. You see, it was just a picture. This was the only picture that seemed a little bit scandalous. But Ume, I'm not sure I can support this. This is like the female equivalent of compensating. They'll use their body in provocative ways. Like when you see a girl on Instagram, posing in a seductive way, sticking her ass out and all, that's compensating because her genetic material is insufficient to attract attention without acting in a provocative manner. So, yeah, perhaps we'll start a new trend, calling out girls for compensating. But anyway, she says right in here, short-term relationship, she wants to be used. She says, use me. You see, the reason I was entertaining Ume before was because she looked like a wholesome girl. And I was disregarding the fact that she... You know what? I don't need to articulate it. But I was trying to look at her like a wholesome girl, and I'm very disappointed to see that she's opted to compensate in such a manner, which is very inappropriate. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to unmatch Ume. I explained last time that I was actually going to go through with this, and I wasn't kidding to you guys. As you could see from the chat, I've been... You might say I've been stalling. Perhaps I've been stalling, dragging this out. I've been busy. But honestly, I would have saw this through. If it wasn't for that provocative video, I would have took her. And, the bed already lost its legs, so it can't be damaged any much further. So, anyway, let's hear what she had to say. I actually didn't listen to her voice message, so let's give it a listen.
Oh, that's so cute. You should take me out for a walk.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, guys. You know what? No. We're gonna keep Ume around for future episodes. Just because it's just too good. It's just too good. Okay. Then we also have Vicky, recurring character from last time as well. I don't remember what made Vicky stand out so much. And again, similarly, you might say that I've been stalling with Vicky. Um, Perhaps. But yeah, let me see what Vic. All right, Vicky. Yes. Okay, so all right. So when it comes to Vicky with three Y's, I will eventually get around to this as well because there's nothing really I spot in here that is inappropriate. Uh, Nothing compensating or provocative. Um, yeah, she's 5'7", so at least that from a eugenic perspective is ideal. But I mean, I think it's fair to say we're kind of disregarding eugenics when it comes to this one. So, all right, we're we're gonna continue this one. We're gonna keep Vicky around. All right. She asked, "Where am I from?" That'll get her excited. Rachel says, "I remember you." Oh, okay. So I think this was, yeah, I do remember her now. This was actually a girl that I had. You know what? I'm actually going to cut that part of the video out because I don't like to narc, and I'm obviously showing images of the girls here. So if I'm showing images, I can't really I don't really want to disclose past involvement. So we're just going to say we knew each other before. You can assume, whatever you will. But how should I respond to this? Even though I do remember her, if I wanted to be try hard, I could say, "What are you talking about?" But that's coming off as try hard a little bit too much. Instead, I might say something like, "Oh yeah, I remember you too," and then give the incorrect memory. So instead of what we actually did together, I will say something like, this way it comes off as genuine, right? So yeah, that one will come around. All right, so let's get to the Hinge likes. Okay, we've entertained a few of those. We got a rose from Mia. So let's see. And she liked the picture with the cross on it. See, you always like to see that. Let's see. She's 5'3", so not ideal, not an ideal range for my future male heir, but all right. I do like a Hispanic accent, There doesn't seem to be anything, unreasonable on here. Figuring out my relationship type. Ideally you want to see a girl that just wants something long term, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world, and she did send a rose, so we're gonna give her the match, and we'll see where that goes. All right, this one is M. M likes that I would like them to speak another language. Dating me is like going through TSA. Yeah, I actually have some problems with TSA. We're not going to talk about that in this video, though. Okay. Again, I don't see much wrong. Don't see much wrong here. But, all right, we're gonna match with him. I didn't see anything. All right, I'm already not liking this one. This one looks like a little bit. Oh, you see, good instincts. Good instincts. I didn't even need to look at the other angles, because sometimes the angles could be tricky. Sometimes, you can't be fully sure with certain angles. They might fraud certain things with AI apps, Facetune and all that. But if you got a keen eye, you know, your guard is already going to be up. So I knew, guys, I knew right away. So yeah, this one, Transformer, obviously. But one thing I do appreciate is that she actually is transparent about it. I've seen some that are they try to be sneaky about it. They try to just opt out of listing the gender, like they just omit it completely. And then they'll just assume that you know the deal. And you know, some of these with these photoshops and all, like, it can be tricky. So okay, next up we got Odelia. Odelia, all right. Goes crazy for sushi. Hell yeah. Oh, this is so cute. You see, this is a winning profile to me. This automatically makes a girl super attractive to me. When I see cute stuff like this is like, I love to see this. You know, a little stuffed animal duck she finds cute. She likes food. This is great. I love to see this. She likes to exercise too. If loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Ketchup with rice. That's disgusting, but it's all right. Very cute girl. Well, not very, very great personality. All right, we're gonna give her the match. All right. Next up, we got Daniela. Simple pleasure, traveling the world. You know, that's new. I never heard that one before, but it's all right. All right. Not a big fan of the scandalous costume, I have to say. That might unfortunately cut it for me. A good split of roast to compliment. I'm not sure what that means. I'll brag about you to my friends if you outplay me in poker. Okay. Yeah, this scandalous outfit, I just don't know. I think I'm gonna have to pass. Sorry. Next up, we got Anna. Dating me is like getting a cute little side quest with snacks, sarcasm, and occasional emotional depth. Okay, interesting. 5'7", that would be ideal for an offspring. Okay. Let's see what else. You should leave a comment if you have a dog, a good sense of humor, or a therapist who says you're making progress. Well, therapy is fucking retarded, but it's okay. We're gonna act blue-pilled as always. The way to win me over is bringing me Starbucks and not judging my unnecessarily complicated order. I'm not liking that. I'm not gonna. You kind of make up for it with a really cute dog, but I don't like that attitude. You want guys to like do you favors and all. Yeah, and I'll pass on that. Next up, Gia. She likes that I'm into street racing and drifting. Okay, Gia. Little picture of Bambi here, so that's adorable. Two truths and a lie. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I once spent an entire week without eating a single grain of rice. Okay, and I have never dated before. Well, if it's the last one, that's a big bonus, actually. Okay, let's see. You'd never know it, but I can't keep a secret better than a vault. Oh, I can keep a secret better than a vault. 2, I have unfinished sketches and 100% confidence I'll finish them tomorrow. 3, okay, so this one's a yapper. You could tell she's a yapper for sure. And that's okay. It's no big deal. 5, 6, not terrible. Right in between. And she's looking for monogamy. Okay. All right. The one thing you should know about me is I have 2 modes, undercover agent or podcast host. Well, I got enough undercover agents in my life, honestly. My simple pleasures, cozy movie nights, handmade gifts. I once made a handmade gift, actually, for a girl that I was seeing. Yeah, I made a mold of myself, actually. That's a story for another day, We'll get into that one day. So handmade gifts and trying a new recipe that actually tastes good. Okay, so yeah, oh, okay, so she's from Iraq. Okay, so it turns out she's actually not from here. So otherwise, I would have matched her, but because she looks like a wholesome girl, not much to say, no problems, but she doesn't live here, so obviously no. Okay. Brianna. Already not a fan of the scandalous outfit. Not good. Try to guess this about me. The video game that has me in a chokehold right now, I don't know. I don't play video games. 5'4", a little bit under the ideal, no problem though. A lot of tattoos. Would be great, you know. I don't mind that for a recreational, but remember that's not the purpose of today's video. We're being performative, remember, so tattoos, probably not a good sign. You should not go out with me if you're nonchalant. Okay? I'm in my element when I'm at a concert. All right. Compensating a bit here. Not overboard. It's not the end of the world. I still think I am going to pass, though. Hayes, next up. Okay. Let's see. Unusual skills. Turning a short walk into a full adventure. Finding the best coffee in a place I've never been before. And somehow always ending up exactly where we're supposed to be. Or somewhere kind of, okay. You know, wholesome. 5'6". Not bad. She didn't list her gender. Oh, no, she did. She did. Okay. I was going to say, you didn't look suspicious. Oh, with her dog. That's great. You love to see that. With a friend. Okay, no compensating so far. Green flags I look for. Someone who is goal-oriented, down to earth, easy to be around and present in the moment. Someone who likes being outside and trying new things and doesn't overcomplicate things. W. Next up, picture with her and her dog. Love to see it out in the snow, enjoying nature. Very wholesome. I geek out on books, philosophy, and history. I'm drawn to how people in different eras understood their world and how those frameworks. Oh, okay, she's an intellectual. That's not something that I'm keen on. I don't need that, but you know, it's all the better if she is. You know, it'll just mean I have a high IQ cell son, or maybe because she's tall enough, he won't be a cell. But we'll see. Yeah, this all looks fine. You know, it's fine to have a gun hobby. That's no problem. I don't think she's intentionally trying to compensate here. I think that is just proper, you know, holding of the gun, making sure she doesn't injure her shoulder. So it could be a sneaky way to compensate a little bit, but I don't think this girl needs to compensate. She looks all right. So we're gonna match with Hayes. All right. Next up, we got Xana. Let's see. Xana. I wish I could tell the younger version of myself. Let's hear.
I wish I could tell the younger version of myself not to worry, stress, have anxiety about things that didn't happen yet. I've wasted a lot of time doing that, and there's no point in stressing it when whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And of course you have control over it. Yeah. You can only control so much of it.
Okay, so she's actually pulling from Stoicism. I don't know if she's intentionally doing that or unknowingly, but yeah, that's actually a mindset I agree on. So that's a W. 4'11", you see, not ideal for the performative thing we're trying to do today, because, you know, I'm supposed to be trying to find, you know, wifey, one to be the mother of my offspring. 4'11" would be problematic. We'd have to do embryo selection and ensure it's a female, because if it was a son, you combine that height with being ethnic, yeah, it's over for that little nigga. So, unfortunately, you know what? Let's not think that way. Let's not. Let's just... You know what? Let's think that way. All right, not today. All right, I've been doing good so far. Give me a break. All right, next up we got Nikki. Felt cute, might delete later. Okay. Choose our first date. Lantern Festival gym. I'll cook you on leg days. You probably will. I hardly fucking train legs. Dinner and bowling. Okay. I go crazy for colored eyes. Okay, I guess you could count my eyes in there. They're hazel green. It depends on the light though, so it could work. 5'8". That's ideal. You're into, you know, your sneakers, that's cool and all. Dating me is like your travel buddy. I'll always be down for an adventure. Okay. You like to snowboard? I geek out on fun adventures, hobbies, you name it. I'll try it. I've been wanting to try surfing. People, okay. Into motorcycling, that's cool. All right, there's not really any issue I find here. All right. Yeah, there's no issue I see here. All right. Next up, we we got Kat. She said, "I think you need your own sculpture." That was me standing next to Julius Caesar in that picture. All right, so W for compliment. The one thing you should know about me is I do ghost if I'm not feeling it. Um, I'm not confrontational. I'm too nice. I could be picky eater, but I'm doing my best trying to find new foods. I have a motorcycle. If you have one, come to Floyd Bennett Field on Sunday morning. I actually filmed some videos at Floyd Bennett for the Keep It Real account. That's funny. Anyway, 5'2", not ideal. Motorcycle, cool. Okay, the way to win me over food and being funny. I'm easily entertained, but I think it's because I'm easygoing. Okay. I want someone who is a 6 or more. Oh. Yeah, that's great. Well, we do qualify, but this is quite repulsive to be asking this publicly. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. I mean, you see that on Tinder, but that's just terrible, man. What is our fucking society coming to? What is our society coming to, man? Very sad. Well, it's not always sad, It's just me because I'm in the performative mode right now, but honestly, if I wasn't in this performative mode, I probably wouldn't give a fuck about any of this. Because, you gotta learn to love whores too. You gotta love the hoes too, and you just can't get them mixed up. You look at how Drake moves, like he's always, saying he loves the strippers and whatnot, and that's how you gotta operate too. You gotta love the hoes, especially the ones who wear it on their chest. So you know what? Just for that like authenticity, just putting it out there, you know what? I'm tempted to give it to her if she just looked a little bit better.